Hey everybody, there's a reason Double R was playing that Super Mario music, but before all that, I'm Fighter Kaos, and I'm your host for the Sony PlayStation predictions. If I sound a little different, there's a reason for that too. It's tied to the music.
Yeah.
And with me, as always, is Double RPG, the one who's streaming.
Hello.
And 16-Bit Jeff.
Hey guys.
And our guests this week are VisibleNinja and Wheelchair21 of Hero Club, our partners.
And your logos are up, by the way.
Excellent. Excellent.
You there, Wheels?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't say hi, so...
Well, I was waiting to figure out when was the right time to strike, because I'm just sitting here trying to make my Digimon Digivolve to the ultimate champions, and I don't...
It's all lies. He's watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Ah, you thought you could get me, but it's not on right now, bitch.
No, he's watching Thomas and Friends with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna say, hey, VisibleNinja, I don't even think it's on right now, so I don't...
I don't think it is either.
Hi, LPH. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, it's so god, too.
Oh, by the way, I want to say...
it's Liftsgod. It's Liftsgod, as Metal called him the other night. Metal
It took me a minute to realize that it was LPH.
And he was like, Liftsgod, and I'm like, Metal, why are you saying Liftsgod? That's LPH. And he's like, what? And I'm like...
I had to look at the name to realize who it was. I was like, oh shit.
Also, hi to Omega Mario and Bad Gamer.
Yes, hello, guys.
In the chat. I don't know who else is in there, because I'm looking at my phone version of the chat, and it doesn't tell me.
Well, let me see. Got it.
So you know the joke when
VisibleNinja
brought
one
up
that's
Thomas
named
and Friends a
Electrical
minute ago?
Skateboard, but I've seen this guy so many times, like going to other people's streams and just watching them.
Oh, cool.
Worker. But hey, it's a view.
Hello, Bad Gamer.
Exactly.
So yeah, guys, that joke Metal said about that, a friend of ours went on a tangent of how American kids still love Thomas and people need to get the sticks out of their ass, thinking that they don't.
Thomas is great.
No, you remember that, right, Metal? When he was talking about how Toki Uger could be adapted. Don't lie to. He was like, don't lie to me, people. You all still love Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Go Busters is coming out anyways, right? So
Exactly, because you know
why
it's
not
out of the hands
Tokyo?
of Bond now.
Hasbro's like, we can make it work.
I know.
Yeah.
So anyways, on to the actual topic. Again, this is our Sony talks. We'll get to what we know for sure first, which we have the links right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the our chat in the actual stream.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is about. We'll just talk about this is real quick and easy. Layden, what is he? What is his role exactly, Jeff?
I'm sorry?
Layden.
Sean Layden.
I think he is the I think he's the head guy of Sony Computer Entertainment.
America.
America, thank you, yes.
So what, the president of SCEA?
Yes.
Yeah, or SIEA.
Yeah. SIEA, but like how Jack Trent was a couple years ago. The Star Wars generation.
Yeah, the guy who replaced Jack Tretton.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that you know that he's the head honcho. I just didn't know his official title.
No, that's cool.
He confirms. He already confirms in an interview that Sony has no plans to show any new hardware at this 3, and for us to not expect it. That's my first question to y'all. Do you think he's lying, or do you think it's the truth? And before I to you guys, also, my own opinion is that I hope he's telling the truth, because PS5 is a little too early for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What
he's
do you
telling the
guys?
truth.
Sony we're talking about, so expect them to lie to us, because they are that crazy.
I'm one of those things where he's going to be technically true, in that they're not going to show anything, but it's not to say they might not tease something.
Tease it.
Oh, you have a point.
Just like what Xbox did with Project Scorpio.
They might show a tech demo or something.
They just might do like a vague thing, saying like PS5 now in development or
exactly.
something, and then just leave it at that.
They say, oh, he's like, it's technically true. There's no new hardware being shown, but here's a tech demo.
Yeah, but here's the thing, saying that we're working on something, but no actual like footage of it, which again would make him technically true.
How about you, Wheels?
I believe that if they do it, everyone's going to be pissed off because I do believe that they're jumping the gun with, like, say, a PS5. Because, like, like how everyone's saying, oh, they're going to go to PS5 within, like, the next 2 years. I don't think that's, long enough, because when did the PS4 just come out? Like what year did it come out again?
2013.
Yeah, 2013, and it's 2018. It's only been in use for 5 years, where, like, the PS3 had how many years? Like
10 almost.
Almost a decade, right?
Yeah, 2006 to like 2016 technically, I think. So like 10 years.
If you're gonna say that the 4 is obsolete within like only like 5 years, no, that's a bad move on their part. That's a bad move.
LPH says maybe not at E3.
Yeah, because didn't they
that's always true.
Did they
They've
have
got
that
PlayStation Showcase?
Yeah, the
December.
PlayStation. Yeah. Didn't they do something like that, like in January or February of 2013, before the PS4 release?
That's true. Yes. So they might save it for one of their own events like that, separate from E3, like later in the year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how we're waiting for Power Morphicon to get upstaged by Hascon.
Hey Sony, we know that you have the PlayStation 5 that's being worked on. What do you got to show? What do you have to show for us?
We ain't found shit.
Thank you, Tuvok.
Yes,
Thank you
Tuvok.
very much.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I almost forgot about that. My soundboard.
So I guess is that all for this part?
Yeah, I think so.
So the next part is the official from their official blog. Jeff, thanks for showing it, and you might want to open the link in case I missed anything.
Yeah.
But the main thing that I got from their blog that is official from them is that they're focusing on 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
That is Death Stranding from Kojima Productions, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch, the Spider-Man game from Insomniac, and Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. And that is what they're saying they're just focusing on but again, these are their first party games.
The Ghost of Tsushima. I thought they would
what
be
do you guys,
I thought they would be focusing on Days Gone instead. But then again,
Come on now, fam. They're gonna delay that like it's Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, how long have they been promoting that game for? Like a while now.
Which is funny because they like literally just had an event today for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
for gameplay, and it's in 60 frames a second.
Yeah.
That makes me excited.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, yeah.
But anyway,
So my question what you guys think should just be these 4 games? Is there another first party game they should have added or switched out?
I think it should have brought in a little bit of excitement to their, announcement. Kind of like how Microsoft is kind of doing, saying that we have a lot planned for this year's E3. I think Sony should have done the same thing instead of saying, "Oh yeah, don't expect much," because you're trying to sell your console. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
They should have kept it vague instead of saying exactly what.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes though, it's good to tell people what they should expect, but other times you shouldn't.
It's a mixture of both, is what
Like
I
when
think.
you know you're gonna only have like 4 titles, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, no, be like, okay, listen up, guys. We only gonna have 4 effing titles, but don't tell them what the titles are, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you're gonna have a shit ton, like tease them with like actual known confirmed titles, but then hold the surprises for later.
That's something you brought up. Yeah, there's probably still surprises because these 4 games that they brought up that they're okay with saying are games that we already know about. So I guess that's why they felt okay with saying that these 4 games are going to be there.
And to be fair, like we were just saying earlier just now, these might not be the only games that they're announced. Hell, they probably have stuff in the pipeline that they probably will announce for a 2019 release. You know what I mean?
Right.
These are just the 4 games that we already know about.
That we know about from the last
preview.
prior E3s. Yeah.
So what do you guys think though about instead of like, wasn't there other first-party games that they have that aren't out yet?
Days
I feel like
Gone
Ghost-
and Medieval.
Surprised Ghost of Tsushima took their place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised we still don't have City Shrouded in Shadow yet.
Who knows? They not be surprised.
That'd be a cool surprise. And that's the phone.
Oh yeah, I don't hold out hope though.
Medieval, the remake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that could be one.
You know what? Just to go a little spill for a quick second. I'm glad that they're starting to take these series with their legacy. In regards to doing games like like the aforementioned Medieval reboot that was announced last year, or even Shadow of Colossus that was released around, was it this year or last year?
Last year.
But I'm not.
Oh no! It was this year. No, never mind.
Yeah, it was this year. Yeah.
But that's it. I'm still a little disheartened as a consumer of PlayStation products that they're finally taking things seriously. When just as guilty as Xbox was, they should take their legacy seriously at the start of this generation, not right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Isn't that also the same thing that you could apply to Nintendo on every generation they've ever done?
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly. It's just like with all
That they try to play it safe launching, but then are like, hey guys, we got the real juicy shit later, but you don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
So that's all we can talk. I guess we don't have that much more because there's only 4 games and we already know about them. So
The
let's
plot
get
twist
to the.
the plot twist could be is that they're going to be like, hey, yo, dog, all these games, we lied to you. They're not the real games, and then they like unveil new shit.
My prediction is that those are just the 4 games they're willing to talk about
Well, yeah.
publicly, and that there's more, but those are the 4 that are like.
Well, naturally they're gonna try to hold some things close to their chest.
So here's the fun
Nintendo
part.
holds too much to their chest.
So here's the fun part, and this is for the viewers because you guys already see the list, but I'll read off the list and then we'll get to talk about it. Now here's the rumored leaks. Now, these are just rumors. Take it with, as I wrote, because reasons. I wrote, take it with a bucket of a grain of salt, because
That's a lot of salt.
Because my mind is somewhere else.
Yep.
But here's the rumored leaks that are, again, rumors. But I'll tell you them. Let's get to it. Ghost of Tsushima, that one actually is confirmed already by Sony. Shadows Die Twice, Devil May Cry 5, Shenmue III, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake with a release date, Black Ops 4 trailer, Red Dead Redemption 2, PSVR games, no names, Concrete Genie trailer, Concrete Genie, Medieval, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, another one that's already confirmed, and Death Stranding, Dreams, Days Gone, New Blue Point Remaster, and Last of Us 2. Now, the 4 games that were in the official Sony blog are in this list, but some of this still doesn't seem... some of this does seem legit, some of this doesn't. What do you guys think? As for me, I'll just say DMC5, Shenmue 3, Kingdom Hearts, and Medieval seem okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not. And Red Dead Redemption, just because.
Well, yeah, it's
if
coming
not
out.
here, it'll be at Xboxes. But the rest, I don't know.
I'm with you. Like, for the most part, I do like this list if true, because again, that needs to be clarified if true.
Exactly.
But there's 3 that I'm really not liking. RDR2 exclusive DLC deal announcement. That should be a thing, and Sony, just like Microsoft, should damn well know that should not be the case. Devil May Cry 5, I hope to God it's just announced on the stage and not exclusive for PS5 for PS4, I'm sorry. Because of the recent released DMC HD collection for both PS4 and Xbox One, that would make no damn sense. I'll make it an Xbox One version if it was coming out for PS4 only. You know what I mean? But then again, this is Capcom, which we all know how, you know.
It's Capcom.
Capcom is.
It's Capcom.
And the one I really want to get to, Shadows Die Twice.
Yes!
I hope to God it's not a sequel to Bloodborne.
I hope so too. I really.
I hope not.
I'm gonna get crap for this one. I don't care. I think both the Souls games and especially Bloodborne are overrated as all hell.
Did you see the From Software head even say he wants to get away from Souls games?
Yeah, he does.
So I'm with him because if you want to bring back Tenchu.
Yeah, because Shadows Ninjas, that actually makes more sense to bring about Tenchu than Bloodborne.
And there's so much more that From could bring back too, though.
Armored Core too.
Oh yeah.
Armored Core, hell, they could try to revive Chrome Hounds. They could do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny because when I heard the name, what is it, Shadow to Shadow or whatever, I was like, oh, is this a sequel to Shadow of Colossus?
No, it's Shadows Die Twice.
That's Eco.
Yeah.
So, Shadows Die Twice. Somebody in a Reddit post posted that the name Shadows Die Twice could be a reference to Tenchu after all.
Because it's a line from the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And the boss of the first game, his name was Onikage Shadow, and you had to kill him.
Yeah. Onikage, the
So-
Rekimaru's main rival in the Tenchu games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that would
So
be
it
interesting
could be a
if it
reference.
was, yeah, like a reboot or a remake of the first Tenchu. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
But more of a modernized feel in terms of its control scheme. Because I really didn't like the controls of the first game. It wasn't until Wrath of Heaven where the controls felt perfect.
Yeah, I agree. But like that's again, I'm and I don't care if I'm pissed. I'm taking off people in the chat. Like I don't like Bloodborne at all. I don't like.
No, they're lurking in the chat. Nobody's mad.
I really hope that's not the game, and I really hope we do get a new texture because it's been years.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell, almost a decade. Because when did Tenchu Z come out? It was like around what,
That was like about a
360
decade
was
ago.
new. Yeah, 360 was new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, yeah, that was.
I still had legs. I still had legs, guys.
That was a very long time ago then.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else about this supposedly?
Yeah, not really.
Like, I doubt we're really actually getting a Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm
now,
kind of
so.
concerned about, too. Is aside from what we've been hearing about the tumultuous development that the game has been having for quite a while,
Yeah.
I really can't see it being possible. I mean, I'd shit my pants if if we actually do get a new trailer as well as a release date for the first part, but I just, like I said, I can't see it being possible at this time. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer and release date, I definitely hold on. Let me finish.
Okay. Jesus.
Sorry, it's just I don't like to be interrupted sometimes when I'm trying to make a point. But anyway, it's just a pet peeve of mine, so don't take it personally. But anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer and release date, I can definitely see that being possible during Sony's press event. Because Square, when they showcased their gameplay for today, they said that the release date is going to be announced next month. So, of course, next month is E3, so it only makes sense that it would appear during E3, either at their own press event, or which I assume is going to be taking place first, or if not, then at least the PlayStation press conference. But other than that, the other game, I mean, everything else from the list, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50. There's some that do seem very legit, while others, I really just don't see them being legit at all. Like you said, Jerry, it's best to take with a grain of salt. But for PSVR games, it's like, why? This is like the third or fourth year we had to be just grounded with PSVR games that nobody cares about.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Kyle. You should know, like everyone else in this chat,
Oh, I know, because the sales speak louder with the PS4 than anything else, and Sony's like, you know what? Since we have nearly 80 million consoles sold, everybody's gonna want the PSVR games. It's like, no,
I don't see VR selling like hotcakes at all.
No,
like it's one of those
3
things.
years.
Like it's one of those things where, like, when it came out, it sold better than expected, but since then there hasn't been much movement on it.
I like how this is how we got to this shitty tangent about VR when I was trying to talk about Final Fantasy Day.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, the leak also says a demo of it will be packed with Kingdom Hearts.
I can't. No, that's not possible. If anything, like a code for a downloadable demo. I can't see it.
I think it's the other way around, to be honest, because I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out next year, and that would make more sense to have a demo or like a slice of Final Fantasy VII, not what's being presumed to sleep. That's why I think it's BS. Because I don't know about you guys, this cannot be a 2019, even the first half.
Guys, this is the bullshit. A friend of mine stated he heard a while back that like one of the developers at Square Enix like straight up said with like Final Fantasy VII that they expect that like the first installment to be released by 2023.
What?
So PS5.
Yeah, PS5.
Because here's the thing. This just started development once more recently. In fact, this year, right?
Yeah.
I think they announced it at like 2 years ago, and then they just started full development of it. Yeah, like about a couple of months ago.
What happened if you didn't know videos is that Cyberpunk 2 was original development and it was on track, but supposedly due to
creative differences,
bad blood, which really means bad blood between two companies, Square wasn't happy, and basically they pulled the same move what Namco did with Bottle Rock in regards to 2010's Splatterhouse reboot. That they took the game away and they just restarted fresh.
This is the thing that also my friend made a crack about. He's like, look how long it took them to make goddamn Kingdom Hearts 3. He's like, just expect Final Fantasy to take a decade to get frickin' done. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been put into development hell because they're like, oh, we're gonna try this thing called, what is it? Final Fantasy Versus 15. Then we're gonna make this game called change it to Final Fantasy 15. Then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that. And we don't know how to keep on track with our fucking releases.
I swear to God, if Hajime Tabata is announced as the director for Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm gonna be like, nope, that's it, I'm done. Keep it away from me.
You know what the sad thing is, I'll be sad for you. I sustain Final Fantasy VII with its popularity and its fandom. That does not mean I don't. It doesn't mean I want a bad game. I want the game to be great for you guys.
Oh yeah.
But because of how the track record is with Square specifically this decade, expect it to be bad. And more importantly, if this game fails, then that means the likelihood of 8 and 9 getting respective HD remakes are out the damn window too.
Listen, here's the other thing we gotta remember. Utada Hikaru, you know, the chick who sings the Kingdom Hearts songs, straight up made a crack saying, God damn it, Square Enix, release the goddamn game since you had me pre-record this song, and then you just teased it finally, like, what was it, early this year. She's like, nah, if you guys don't release the game, I'm gonna leak the whole soundtrack, the whole songs I recorded.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll leak my own damn song.
Well, see, no offense, guys, and I'm not going to take it because this is why I don't respect Tetsuya Nomura, in all honesty. Like, I understand there's supposed to be, you know, creative guys in the industry, but there needs to be a fine line between creative and a so-called savant that they need to, quote, take their time to have a good product. I know games take a lot of time. They don't take a damn decade for them to fucking be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's the Doc Pepper of
Only
so
being
if
just
he's
to
a
get
Doc
that.
Pepper, then who's Kojima? If we're talking about soda brands. Is he the RC Cola?
Kojima's kind of the more efficient and more well-received Tommy Wiseau of gaming.
Actually, that fits a lot, yeah.
Well, you know why. Well, you know why Final.
Tommy Wiseau, he's actually successful.
thing you got to remember too, Jeff, is that with Final Fantasy VII Remake, why it's taking so long is because Tetsuya Nomura is still the director of Kingdom Hearts, the franchise. So he's still, putting in his full attention for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why FF7 Remake hasn't really made any grounds with development because of his involvement not being there full time.
It's with any project that he's a part of. That's the problem. It's like, I have to make everything that's great down to the single, polygon, the single detail. It's like, dude, it's freaking game. Calm down. Just take your time and release on schedule. You don't have to take a damn decade. And I'm sorry. This game makes it sound like flying units like you know why? They changed goddamn engine. You cannot tell me they did not change engines in the span of 2 generations.
Let me give you a good example. Kingdom Hearts 3's development should have been done by now compared to Shenmue 3 finally happening. It's like, there's a difference. Yep. It's not like Kingdom Hearts fell out of obscurity like Shenmue 3 did. No. Shenmue 3 was an obscure game with a cult following that a studio and developer did not want to give the time to freaking follow through with to finish the story. Where Kingdom Hearts is Square Enix, and if it's Square Enix, that shit sells like hotcakes. It doesn't effing matter who made what. It's Square Enix. It's Final Fantasy-esque. It's tied to Final Fantasy. It's its own entity in itself. So everyone's like, give us the fucking game.
Because they're popular, that's why.
The only thing that's keeping Square afloat is freaking Eidos Montreal. That's
like my biggest issue is when it comes to some games and gaming is when you have a market and you're not even trying to appease a market when it's even your majority, not your minority. It's a majority at this point. Here's a good example. It's like how in the Mega Man fandom, there's only one game they want, but they don't want to even make that. Mega Man Legends 3.
Yeah.
Do it.
But anyway, that's it with my 2 cents on the on the leak that Jerry posted. So anyway,
Wheels Invisible. You got anything else? I think Jeff said nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Just to do it quickly, I don't think DMC5 will show up. It might, because hey, could be wrong.
Those teaser trailers where we just see the logo.
Yeah. Obviously, I would like to see more Shenmue 3 stuff, as well as more stuff for Shenmue 1 and 2. The double packets coming out. Yeah, like as much as we hate them, they're gonna have VR. So.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I like it. There's nothing outrageous here. Like, you know what I mean? Like Final Fantasy VII is like an like at this point, but most of the other stuff I could see happening. So,
Bad Gamer says he wants a Mega Man X9.
I do too.
That'd be the day.
Oh, dog! I heard you like Sword Art Online, so we put VR into all of your games now.
Yeah.
Even Gundam does it.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill Divers.
6 episodes to show us that you had a home edition.
Right.
Yeah. I know. Like, Jesus Christ. Took them long enough.
Anything else before I move on into our predictions?
Somebody's gonna get these hands.
In regards DMC5, I hope it's not. I'm saying this for Sony's sake because of how much they've been bamboozled by Capcom this generation, specifically in Street Fighter V. I was really like to call it Street Fighter V. Yeah, I really hope to God it's not. I really hope it. I wouldn't be fine if it was just announced on stage and it's still a multiplayer release. Because again, it wouldn't make any damn sense if this game is exclusive, yet released in the recent released HD collection on your rival's console. That's the only thing I'm hoping, like, because honestly, that's the only game I'm really looking for. Sure, you know what I mean?
All right. So we go on to, I guess, nothing else about the leaks, about the supposed leaks. Sorry, because I do have to make that distinction because again, these aren't confirmed, and we even said we're kind of iffy on some of these. Like, but all right, then let's go to predictions. I don't know who wants to go first for this.
I'll go first.
All right, Jeff, floor is yours.
You know, okay, so just to clarify, when it's going to be realistic, you know.
Yes. Actually, I'm glad you asked because I thought about this and I was like, yes, go ahead and make crazy ones too.
Okay. Because it's like how we were talking about last week with Microsoft, that it's kind of hard to predict, like, overblown predictions this year because of how, you know, and I hate to say it, generic how PlayStation's shows have been these last couple of years.
Safe. Yeah.
They've been too safe. Like, that's the problem. Like, I find it funny that people like to say that's only Microsoft and Nintendo's problem. That's not the case. It's all with the big three. They've been so damn safe with their shows that I don't get why they even attend E3 more, specifically both Sony and Nintendo, when they have their own avenues. And even Microsoft received their Inside Xbox show on Twitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, in regards to Sony PlayStation, out of the blue, I know I said my thing about Capcom that Sony shouldn't, you know, believe in it. And you're not old man from the movie Memento. Don't believe his lies.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I always think about that picture, but instead of it being the antagonist from the movie, I just replaced it with the face of Yoshinori Ono. But that said, like a Hail Mary prediction, like I know a lot of people want Mega Man Legends 3, and I'm one of them too. But if there's one game I want Capcom to see to be made, not made by them, but at least published, call me crazy. But I'd like to see a team up between Capcom and Arc System Works, or an Arc System developed revival of Darkstalkers.
If they could team up, that would be because Arxis would be better for Darkstalkers.
Yes.
Because I mean, have you seen their animation specifically with Team Red? They would be the perfect team because I think they're the only competent fighting developer out there besides the guys at Zero Lab. But let's be blunt, they're a potpourri developer more so than a specific fighting developer. That's why I said that. But I feel like they're one of the only developers in fighting games that understand actual keyframes and, more importantly, animation. Because don't get me wrong, I love specific, you know, various genres series within that genre, but there are some games that do a horrendous job of animation in regards to gameplay. Specifically RE and specifically NRS games, with that said. But yeah, like that's my, you know, a Capcom Arxis collaboration of Darkstalkers 4 being developed by Arxis. Now, if they want to stay true to the feel of the original games, instead of Team Red, I would rather have it be Team Blue.
I was gonna ask which team you wanted.
Team Blue. Like if they're going like for full-on 2D animation, but if they're going for that, you know, feel of proper 3D animation, I would say Team Red. It goes either way, baby. With Arxis, say what you will about the whole debacle with the DLC, which again, morphing about was just, you know, usual internet rage and not thought-provoking. I would rather take a game from Arxis any day than any modern fighter from Capcom in-house these days. I'm sorry, Street Fighter 5 really made me hate Capcom.
I don't blame you.
Me either.
Besides that, you know, I'm not gonna lie, after seeing the alpha, that's another problem I have with Sony too. Maybe that's the reason why we don't watch, which may be a good sign. I think Sony's finally starting to learn a thing that Microsoft has right, and that is don't announce your crap so soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I hate about any briefing from E3 each and every year, and I feel like that's why. I'm not gonna lie, last year's was disappointing, but this one, and there's another Hail Mary I like to see that may happen. I know Days Gone is in development, and I know it was lackluster, especially alpha, but hopefully that can change because again, it's alpha footage, you know, vertical slice basically. I want to see a new siphon filter. It doesn't have to be Team Ben. It
I like
can
how
be
none of us are like,
And I was just shaking. I was just nodding up and down too.
I would love. I really want to see if PlayStation really wants to seriously get me back as a consumer, they need to start giving a damn about its legacy IP. And I like to see more of that. And the first step I like to see is them announce a new siphon filter, whether it's a reboot, whether it's a continuation, whatever. I don't care. I just want to see a new game announced. And basically, that's it. My end.
is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Double R, what do you... I'll go with you since you're the other geek
Okay.
fighter.
Now, when it
I'll
comes
go
to...
last.
Okay. Now, when it comes to Sony, oh, God. I can't really think of anything, any crazy-ass prediction off the top of my head. But if there's one game I'm really questionable as to why, nobody has made a mention of this yet, why... it should be more possible for this game to appear during the press conference, or at least any one of their press conferences. Why isn't... We know, and going back to Capcom, we know from what we heard from Capcom, they have 2 blockbuster games that are supposed to release within this fiscal year, before March 31st of next year comes about, right? I guess so. Everybody's in silence.
No, I don't think we heard you, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
you kind
I
of broke
heard-
up a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember when Capcom said that they have 2 blockbuster games that they plan to release before the end of this current fiscal year, which is March 31st of next year, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it seems like that Devil May Cry 5 supposedly might be one of them, but do you think that other one could possibly be Resident Evil 2 Remake?
It really depends. I feel like that's a game that can be on either Microsoft
Monster
or
Hunter.
Sony.
I mean, it can't really be Monster Hunter. I mean, they already just came out with Monster Hunter World, so that was right before.
Switch.
Oh, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. It just. I mean, I could definitely see that being a big, release, but when compared to Monster Hunter World, I can't see it being like a quote unquote blockbuster release. But
No, yeah.
but-
It could be an RE spin-off, even if it's not remake.
Mm-hmm. Because we all know that RE2 is getting remade right now and is currently in development. But I just kind of find that suspicious why, like, in some of these rumors and speculations that they don't even mention it. But then again, maybe they're not ready. But it's just, I would say that now, at E3 would probably be the perfect time to at least show either a teaser trailer or an official trailer of it. Since it's been about 2 or 3 years since we heard that it was going to be, worked on.
Really, I thought it was actually longer. I thought it was actually 4 years. Yeah.
It was around 2015, from what I remember. That's saying that they've been greenlit to work on a remake.
Huh. And I thought it was longer, but still, that's.
But in terms of everything else, I really can't think of anything else. I mean, it's just like what we all have been thinking. It's just Sony, it seems like they're going to be playing things way too safely all over again. I mean, if they announce, either a new Legend of Dragoon or a remake, I would definitely shit my pants there, but I don't see...
LPH is something cool.
Yeah, it's just, I really don't see that being the case. But if Capcom wanted to do something like re-release some of their old back catalog of games, but then again, this probably might not be possible due to like licensing issues. But what about games like, like the Punisher arcade game, or even the arcade port of Knights of the Round being made available on PSN and possibly XBLA and PC with
LPH
online support? And even Captain Commando 2. Thanks for bringing that up, LPH.
Damn straight.
Why not? So you brought up the
That's
arcade.
funny. I just thought of the Eric Andre meme of Capcom shooting all their other big name titles that have like games.
Hey guys, to interject, we might hear something at PlayStation's events, either there or Square, because it was announced just now, courtesy of GameSpot.com. It looks like Tetsuya Nomura, director of Kingdom Hearts 3, stated, and quote, "We are very close to really finalizing the release date now, so we plan to reveal it early next month. So expect a hopefully finalized release date for Kingdom Hearts 3 at this year's E3.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, don't make Hikaru Tada.
Don't piss her off, man.
Don't make her a savage.
Hey guys, this is also coming from the same woman who didn't see a glass door and walked right into it.
Oh, and I know we're talking about PlayStation, but it's kind of prevalent to PlayStation because I'm kind of curious of how the game's going to run on the PlayStation 4 Pro. But it was confirmed by Windows Central at the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere events that the Xbox One X version of Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be running at a full 60 frames.
Oh, cool. Oh, wait,
so
it is?
I'm really curious to see how it's run on the Pro.
Is or isn't?
Is.
No, it is.
Oh, is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
continue.
60 FPS.
You brought up those arcade games and Captain Commando Knights of the Round. I'd sure like to see not just a re-release like they did for PS3, but a truly redone Shadows of Mystara.
Oh yeah, the Tower of
Tower of Doom.
Tower of Doom, yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Capcom actually has like a large amount of arcade games that they could easily make money on. Not just like stuff like the D&D, like the 2 D&D games, but there's a bunch of other stuff
guys, don't forget the one true way to get any game now in the world over is to sell it via pachinko.
Hi-oh,
So go ahead, Double R. Sorry, if you had any more, it's your turn.
No, I really don't have anything else I need to add on my end.
All right. So I don't know, Visible or Wheels? Which one of you guys going? Yes, crazy predictions are allowed to.
Wheels, you can go first.
Phone call. You gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, looks like I have to go then. Okay. Going off like what some of you guys said is, yeah, like I wouldn't mind seeing like some classic Capcom stuff, showing up. I'm not expecting anything again. God forbid they put like the Alien versus Predator arcade beat 'em up on there.
Oh my god!
And that license probably wouldn't be too hard to get now.
Collection HD True, man, yeah.
Well, yeah, like I'm saying, like we could get a resurgence in the like arcade collections, but maybe ones that are more well known or some of the like obviously like some we won't get for licensing reasons, but
all right,
you know what I mean. But yeah, as for other predictions, yeah, by the sounds of it, we will be getting a KH3 release date, which is again hopefully this year. Yeah, and again, I'm definitely looking forward to more stuff on Shenmue 1 and 2. Definitely. Although the news that 3's been pushed to 2019 kind of sucks. But
I'm actually happy for it.
Well, I mean, like it's one of those things where more time to polish it and such, so that's great. But I'm also like, I want it now.
Because I saw the improvements they did just a few months. And it looks real good now. Like, wow.
I'm on the same boat as you guys, but just to interject for a bit, I do expect to see a new demo on stage because
definitely,
of course. Yeah.
I was one of the Kickstarter backers. I put $60 into the game that was made. I do want to see improvement, like you said. There has been improvements, but I need to see that there has been, a steady increase of development. I mean,
that's one thing. Suzuki ain't no Inafune. He ain't no con.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm glad he's showing that by actually showing the improvements. No, I'm actually using your money on the game, not for hookers.
Yeah.
Like Inafune.
God, yeah.
Or multimedia franchising, which Inafune was actually doing from behind the scenes and not developing games.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, But yeah, I mean, like there is some other stuff. Like one of the strong suits of Sony in the past couple of years has been their strong exclusives. So it wouldn't surprise me if we saw like either like a tease or like a trailer for some stuff, like maybe another Horizon game, or one of the like 3 or 4 possible God of War spin-offs that came off the most recent one.
Yep.
So it wouldn't surprise me, again, not necessarily like a full reveal, but maybe like a tease of just like, hey, we're starting to work on something. Hey, God of War, where you fight, the Egyptian gods or something, or or a continuation of Horizon Zero Dawn or something, or there's a lot that could come out of this stuff, but yeah, FF7, like I said, I don't expect anything, but you can be pleasantly surprised. Yeah. But as for like crazy out there Hail Mary announcements, like other than stuff that could really apply to like Microsoft or Nintendo, stuff like give me Jet Set Radio Future, damn it, or stuff like that. I personally can't come up with too much, so like for Sony specifically, but hey, it'd be nice to get Twisted Metal back. With in a game that's good.
I don't know. David Jaffe's an asshole.
Yeah,
but
it could be one of the new.
I mean, like the one for PS3, like kind of like it was serviceable, but it wasn't as fun as like obviously like 3 or 4 even head on for the PSP. So like I definitely like to see a return, the car combat kind of game, but maybe its time has passed. Even though, like I said, I really enjoyed like Twisted Metal and Vigilante 8, but maybe its time is gone. Oh well, I'm just a dreamer.
Now that's a name I haven't even heard in so long. Vigilante 8.
Oh yeah. Because I played the crap out of the second game on my N64, so yeah.
That it?
Yeah, that's it for me. I don't know if Chair is back from.
You back yet, Wheels?
I'm back.
Okay, well you can go then.
So, first off, I'm going to say what I would like to see from Sony is somehow a PlayStation exclusive sequel to Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance with another lit-ass soundtrack accompanying the game. That happened. Alright. I would love to see, an actual good Voltron game, whether it be for Sony exclusive or both for Sony and Xbox, like that shitty game they made a couple of years ago that was like just asteroids but with lions.
Yeah, well, at least they kept Peter Cullen though for the pause track though.
I would also like to see a real Power Rangers goddamn game, not just some crappy port of Legacy Wars or them using the Arc system like modders have already done. I mean, I want a real Power Rangers game. I don't want a freaking fighting game. I want a Power Rangers, like, kind of expansive kind of game. I don't want just a straight up beat 'em up. I want a game. I would like them to also port from the PSP and Vita from Japan adventure game, like they did for the Cyber Sleuth story game that they did a while back that had the sequel Hacker's Memory. Like, I'd like to see them take the Digimon adventure game and release that. As I would like them to do a sequel to that Digimon adventure game and do Digimon Adventure 02. Just bring over City Shattered in Shadows or I'll a bitch. What's the deal with like anime games getting frowned on, but technically if you look at, Capcom games and, Final Fantasy, it's technically just like, I feel like that's like a contradiction of people like, I don't like anime, but you play Street Fighter.
I know, right? People call fighting games it. Yeah.
The only thing that's saving the FGC these days?
Anime games.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Again, like, it is true, though. People are like, I don't like anime, but you like Tekken. That's so anime.
Like Street Fighter.
How could you not see
it's
Street
one of
Fighter
those
being
things.
anime?
It's one of those things where you're more buying the game like for the series it's attached to and not the game itself, as opposed to something like Tekken.
There's
where...
even anime of Tekken.
Well,
and
yeah, I
Street
know.
Fighter.
I know, but they kind of
Yeah.
suck. But anyways, whatever.
Well, I
But
like the Alpha one.
like in this
It's
case,
like
you're
one
buying
of those-
Tekken because of its own lore and
Street
because of
Fighter
its
2
own
anime was good.
of like its own gameplay. Whereas with like an anime game, like say like the Naruto like fighting games or whatever,
But they
you're
call,
mostly buying it because it's a Naruto game, and you're buying it because it's like a fighting game, maybe
But the thing I'm
secondary.
saying is,
But
people
they
are
call
frowning on it,
Exarch
but
anime games.
But like
and
I'm saying, like there's a lot of these like Japanese games that are so anime in their story and lore, but yet they're like, oh, I hate anime, and I'm like, then why do you play video games that deal with Japanese themes and shit and their ideology of how they write an anime?
There's one guy who
That-
says he doesn't watch anime at all, but then his favorite games are all anime stuff.
Speaking, I was going to say, speaking of anime, Little Witch Academia Chamber of Time released this week.
You
Go
know,
ahead, Wheels.
that did get any love from its.
What?
I
Jerry?
said go ahead, Wheels, because I don't want to get too off track.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying that was one of the things I find funny is that like a lot of the games that I like sometimes aren't the greatest of games. I get that, but I just find it funny though that because all these games are technically made by Japanese people, they're all technically by asterisk anime.
Especially Shin Megami Tensei, because
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
the
let's go play
character
for-
designers
Let's go
are
play
straight up
Persona,
anime.
Yeah.
Are straight up
Let's go
anime.
play Persona, man.
Well, I mean, the actual artists for Shin Megami Tensei and Persona are guys who worked on anime. They are anime.
Plot twist: the guys who did Shin Megami Tensei currently work on the Digimon games.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the guy who works on, I forgot which Shin Megami Tensei, but he's actually the character designer for Da.
Oh yeah.
But this is the thing I'm trying to say is like most of these like
LPH,
high profile
that's it.
games though are very Japanese in themes and elements and illustrations. But yet people always shit on anime games. I find it very ironic and I find it very discouraging and stupid. It's just really
I know
ridiculous.
because like anime games kind of very rarely like make a big splash in the mainstream. Like Dragon Ball Fighters or Fighter Z, however you want to call it, has been like the first one in quite a while that's actually done that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's getting so much attention because
But no,
it's a
funny
game that both like Dragon Ball fans like love and is also such a good fighting game that it's attracting a lot of the hardcore
that's
fighting
funny
game guys
is
who
everyone
would
loves
otherwise
Yakuza.
touch a Dragon Ball game.
Well, this is the funny thing. Everyone loves Yakuza, and they're looking forward to get King of Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
It's the North Star.
People
I'm
say,
like-
"Oh, I hate anime, but I love Yakuza. It's realistic," and people quickly corrected that guy.
Oh,
quickly
No, it's
brought the
not.
hammer on that guy and said, "Yakuza is super anime, bro."
Yeah, what the
I
hell are you
hate-
talking about?
I hate anime, but I love the Tales series. Oh, I hate anime, but I love the Legend of Heroes games. Those are
Right?
anime style.
Those are super anime, man.
Oh,
Yeah, super
alright.
anime style RPGs.
No, I hate anime, but I play Fire Emblem. Excuse me?
Exactly.
Yeah. I hate anime. Oh, but I love Pokemon.
LPH even said, "It's funny. His first game on the PS3 was a Naruto game.
Mm-hmm.
I say is,
Mine
I
was
find-
almost Gundam, but I got saved from it."
No.
Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say is I like a lot of these. I like a lot of the games that a lot of like hardcore gamers are like, oh, they're trash because they're anime games, and I'm like, you like Street Fighter, and it is an anime.
Street Fighter is anime, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it's trash. What,
Well,
LPH, yes, Yakuza 6 is the one that has New Japan wrestlers.
oh, and Jerry,
That's,
just to
that's
check a
the
little
only
bit.
reason why I'm bringing this small tangent up is just that I find it funny that there's all these like really good games that either aren't brought over due to licensing, but yet like the only time you really ever see like really like any anime titles is during like those video packages of look what's on our console when you go like remember when they did what was it E3 a couple of years ago and there was only one glimpse of the Godzilla game and it was just Godzilla roaring up at the sky And I was like, really? That name? I was like, no, you put respect on Godzilla's name. You don't just make him like a little fucking little teaser package, highlight reel. You give him a real damn trailer, you bitches. Like, that's what is my problem, is that like all these games are Japanese. Sony, Japanese, but they don't even put respect on Godzilla's name. I'm like, fuck y'all. This is why I do hate the gaming industry, or at least the Western side of things, is because I'm just like, all of the shit I like is frowned upon over here.
Mm-hmm.
No, we gotta go see that new Call of Duty game, which has been garbage for like the last 4 installments.
I would say longer as a player, because coming from
I just want a game like Modern Warfare. Well, Modern Warfare shit, and so are you.
Yeah, but like what you said, as a former COD player, the last one I actually came out, funny enough, now officially a decade ago, and that was World at War. It's easier.
Everyone was saying like Modern Warfare and World at War were like the Call of Duties of Call of Duties. I'm like, nah, the Call of Duties of Call of Duties were like 1, 2, 3, and Black Ops 1. Fuck y'all.
Any predictions, by the way? Since that's what you're supposed to talk about.
I was.
I already said my predictions, and then I just went on the tangent about anime games. I said my predictions.
Oh, okay.
I said I want Digimon games. I want City Shrouded in Shadow. I want a lot of all these cool Power Ranger games, Voltron games.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what grinds my gears? How they disrespect anime, but yet Sony is nothing but anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if you're done, I don't know if you're. I'll get to mine.
Hey, Jerry.
No, you get to yours. You get to yours because it's probably going to be like Gundam games, and then ecchi games, and then more ecchi, and then more Gundam.
What happened, Double R?
I was going to say, before you go on, Jerry, I was going to say, hey, Wheels, speaking of Call of Duty.
It's the new Call of Duty with the main packs and the special editions console.
Sorry, I don't support games that Felicia Day supports and is terrified of.
I mean, that's just the stigma with most gamers in general. Just when they see that Call of Duty, they got to get those map packs and the new console.
Yeah, now fresh new Battle Royale mode, because that's the in thing now.
And there's no single-player campaign. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I still love that meme that came out just a little while ago. Video game developers, single-player stories don't sell an age. God of War, Game of the Year.
Anyway, all right, I'm done on my end, so go ahead, Jerry.
So okay, I have one that sounds like a out there thing, but it's not, and then I have one that really is my out there prediction. But before I get to those, I think I'm gonna go stick with Sega and Atlas for a while.
Okay.
Because Sega said at their Sega Fest that they want to bring back old games. Atlas has been oddly silent, except for Shin Megami Tensei 5, which we already knew about last.
Yes.
And those dancing games, which again we already knew about last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what they got up their sleeves. On Atlas side, I wonder if on Sony's end they bring back one of those spin-off. If they're not going to do a new Persona already, I wonder if they're going to do a spin-off SMT, like Shin Megami Tensei If Again, or Strange Journey, something like that. Announce something like that, or even one of their other IP. I keep forgetting they have other IPs besides Shin Megami Tensei. So it's like, I think they're gonna do something with that, or I would like them to see them do something about that. And I also would like, if they're going with what I just want to see, I want to see Persona 4 and 3 remastered for PS4, because the only way to play 3 is via PS2 download or the P3P, the portable one, which is kind of really dumbed down, unfortunately. And Persona 4 is only on the Vita, or the PS2, but the definitive version is the Vita version. Who had a Vita besides me and Jeff? Who?
I used to have one, but it was very short.
Look at that.
But I still had the PlayStation TV.
That's right. So how is it that the definitive version of the franchise is only on a system barely anybody had? So you might as well at least port up Golden for PS4. And the same thing with Persona 3. How is it that The definitive gameplay version is the dumbed down PSP one, oddly enough. But the one with all the cool stuff is Fez, which is the PS2 version that is super old and could use some updating because Fez was, I'm going to say it. The gameplay for P3, I love P3 story, but P3 gameplay-wise,
Trash.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I want to see that. I want to see Atlas make some moves. And as for Sega, this isn't my crazy one, actually, believe it or not, because Sega said themselves they want to bring back old Ps in Sega Fez, and they've been looking at the list of what people were asking for, which included Sakura Tyson, of all things. I'm surprised that if Sakura Tyson's coming back, then I could expect to see the Sega logo on Sony's presser floor getting punched away and hearing Junen Hayain Dayo.
Virtual Fighter?
Yes.
I was actually going to bring that up because either way, if it's at Microsoft or it's Sony's presser that we hear about this, do you think this is finally going to be the year we hear of a confirmation of VF6?
I hope so. I think so.
I hope so too.
Because that's why I'm predicting it. LPH said, too bad the Vita is dead. The Bad Gamer says he still has a Vita.
Oh, so hey, it's just like the account number you have currently. We know 4 people.
So VF6 is my one that's out there but not crazy because I do think Sega has something.
I think that's the more realistic regarding Sega at this year's E3, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. And I think
Microsoft or Sony, I feel like it's going to be announced.
Yeah, one of them. And I think for Shenmue, we'll see Shenmue 3 updates, but no game, not a live game demo. You might see how gameplay looks, but nobody's playing it. See, Shenmue 1 and 2, I think they will play.
I'm fine with that, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's live. I don't care if it's pre-recorded.
Listen, all I want them to do is play duck racing.
I used to play Lucky Hit all the time. So. And that's, again, a Sega side thing, Shenmue.
Yep.
And finally,
they could waste their time on forklifting.
And finally, my wacky prediction. This is my personal wacky prediction that I want to see. Oh, wait, sorry. Before that, excuse me. Again, I want to see an arcade racer be announced, whether it be Ridge Racer or Burnout.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing 3.
It's funny you bring it up because that's one thing they should take a page from Microsoft. Because one thing that Microsoft's doing right, they do diversify, even though it's in the same franchise. They release the Sim
and yep,
calling you the arcade racer in regards to Forza. I like to see Sony take some influence from that. I agree with you.
Yes. Now, for real, see, it's my wacky prediction. Gee whiz. I want to see Colony Wars.
Dude, that is why I was going back to why I'm not liking Sony this generation, because I know they're not, but the way I see it, they're basically spitting on their legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim Ryan.
Who would want to play
this?
this?
More people besides Jim Ryan, but I get where you're coming from, Kyle.
Who would want to play this game?
Exactly, but that is one IP. Another IP I think that would bring me back to the PlayStation fold. You know what I mean? Not as a solo player, but as someone who owns a PlayStation console. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But that is one IP I think Sony needs to really bring
Especially, I mean, hey, space combat is getting big again.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, thanks to that crap game that Sony themselves support because they thought they were doing the right move with No Man's Sky, kind of hurt the freaking
Funny enough, No Man's Sky just got an update. Or is getting an update.
And it's
they're getting full multiplayer in July. So
yeah,
mind blown.
And that's one thing I gotta bring up. That's one thing I wish Sony, just like Microsoft, needs to stop doing. I know I brought it up before. This whole thing with exclusivity BS needs to stop. Because, I'm fine with people buying a console. Not with first party. I'm fine with that because that's what I'm talking about third party exclusivity.
Yeah.
The only thing I can accept third party exclusivity is if there's a good reason, like what happened with the whole debacle of Rise of the Tomb Raider. And I'm sorry, that's not Microsoft's fault. That's Square Enix's fault because of how much they expected the 2013 reboot to sell. Because they were expecting what, like around 4 to 5 million copies sold.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I want Sony. I'm like you do, and I think we can all agree. Like that's what Sony needs to really do on like that. Funny enough, Microsoft is funny enough is trying to do is that embrace the legacy instead of running away from like they have from my perspective this generation. I mean,
staying on Sega.
Yes,
I just had one come to my head. Hokuto ga Gotoku should be in.
That's right.
That's
Fist of
the
North Star?
Fist of North Star crossover. For those who don't.
Yes.
Another anime game that people like. I want to see it, bro. Okay, that's me. That's my predictions. We all said our predictions.
What, Jerry? To add to your anime games that you want to see being remade, or at least another Atlas game, how about a remake to Thousand Arms, please?
If Atlas still owns the rights to it, yes. Yes, please. With better game mechanics.
Yes.
Don't need to touch the story. Just make the mechanics better. So, any final words? Sony. This is my final words. And I'll let you. We'll wrap it up. Sony has a lot of potential to have an exciting, but a lot of our predictions don't seem, especially the leaks that we think are crazy, don't seem like they're actually going to come true. So if this could be their most boring E3, unless at least some of this crazy stuff happens, which, especially for me personally, I want Sega. For Jeff, he wants I forgot because a certain chemical. But yes, we hope it's going to be cool. I hope it's going to be cool as a Sony fan, of course.
Let's hope I think we're trying to get us like we hope.
This could be a safe, boring. This could be a safe, boring.
That's what we're trying to get. Like as fan, whoever's gamers or the PlayStation brand, we want to see a better showing than what we saw last year from PlayStation because E3 and freaking PSX, Jesus.
Any final thoughts from the rest of you? Because certain someone stepped out and he's the one streaming.
Yeah.
So we got to pad this out.
I'm good on my end. Anyone else?
All right, I guess I'll make him look like an idiot.
I'll go, I guess, and give my thoughts. I kind of agree with you guys. There's a lot of potential, because of Sony's like strong like first and second party games in the past couple years. So they have potential to show us some like good upcoming exclusives, as well as obviously like other good games that could really help boost them towards the finish line once the generation's all said and done, which maybe sooner or later. I mean, hey, who knows, right? But but yeah. Ultimately, like I said, I do think we'll see a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date, since that seems it's pretty much close to being actually finished. As for other stuff, like I said, like I'm more iffy on, but in all, like I'm definitely looking forward to it, but might have to temper my expectations just a smidge.
Yeah. So for those of you who are so excited for our E3, because I know a lot of people are like, I want to be there for that Sony one. I'm like, maybe you don't. I mean, I hope you could.
It might not be,
that
for all
cool
we know,
stuff,
it could be a dumpster fire, so yeah.
Yeah, that cool stuff I was predicting might not happen. Matter of fact, probably isn't going to happen.
I know, but it'll be nice.
Although some of that stuff that we were predicting might be announced at Sony at the PlayStation Experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that might actually be the one to watch. Oh, and Double R, you're back. So
yes.
Shall we plug? And
should I give my final?
If you want, yeah.
Hearsay. Okay.
You two wheels.
Okay. So Sony, I know it's just what you've been doing as of recent is really just making me feel dissatisfied as a consumer. I mean, I know that you're going for a more... you always have been going for a global focus with your games since the PS3 era, but as all of us, most of us here agree that you really should not only just be focusing on your future, but you should also focus on your legacy with what made you great to begin with, because that whole notion of Jim Ryan saying, why would anyone want to play this? That's you don't say that, or you don't have somebody like that say that to represent you, because if you're just fine with him saying that, that just puts a really bad image on you. But I really hope that when it comes to your E3 presentation for this year, that you do get me surprised. May not be a lot, but if you can manage to get me at least surprised on some things, then I'll definitely, give you a good, look up to you. But let's just hope that you don't squander at this year's E3. I have a gut feeling that you probably will, but I just hope you don't, because I don't want any one of the big three to squander on their E3 presentations. That just would really look bad for their consumers and us as well. But let's just hope that you have a more satisfying E3 than you did last year. But however it goes, it's just going to be how it goes. But here's to hope.
LPH brought up a good point.
Yeah, I agree with you, LPH.
For a lot of people, that might be the only game people care about this E3.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Spider-Man.
Well, LPH said, yeah, Spider-Man. A lot of people probably just only care about Spider-Man because that's all they're going to show.
Well, that's funny thing you raised up, because I think it had a better showing when when the new gameplay was debuted by a Game Informer than the game that we saw at last year's event, because did that look rough, even for an Sonic. Hey, looks like it's turned out to be a better game, and that's for the best for everyone, right?
Right. But Sony, best of luck to you, and that's it on my end.
If do you guys mind if I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I'm the same way with Kyle. Like, even though I've been harsh on PlayStation, that doesn't mean I don't like it, because I like all three. Even though I have my preferences with both Nintendo, Microsoft, and PC, I like all three in regards to the console space. You know what I mean? And I think good competition is a healthy industry. You know what I mean? What makes a healthy industry?
Mm-hmm.
And only having one or two doesn't make it a healthy industry. It makes, sick industry. It doesn't move forward. It just regresses.
Mm-hmm.
I want Kyle on this one. Like last year, we all know how I felt, and I know Jerry's going to say the same thing when we get to him in regards to last year's E3.
No, I already said my piece.
No, I'm not. Well, what you specifically said to me.
Oh yeah.
Funny that you remember that.
I'm surprised I remember that in my
Yeah, but I was really disappointed with PlayStation because, with how much goodwill they've been having at the start of this generation, even though I've been starting to see a little bit of the arrogant side show up once more, not as bad as the PS3 era. We're not there yet, thankfully, but it's slowly starting to get there. But I want a good showing from Sony, and I hope they deliver. And you know what would be nice? I don't see it being announced at this year's E3, but I'd like to see it be announced by the time of PlayStation Experience. You guys know the thing that recently that Xbox did with the collaboration with Special Effects?
Mm-hmm.
That adaptive controller?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
For disabled and handicapped people?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see PlayStation, for their consumers, catch wind of that and do a variant of their own, like DualShock.
Well, it'd be nice.
It will be nice because, if we're trying to move this industry forward, it's not making accessible software. It's making accessibility to consumers in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the thing I feel like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo need to realize, because I find it funny, to devolve a bit into Nintendo. You guys remember the Pulse Armor they were originally making for the Wii back in its heyday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know which one I'm talking about, right, Kyle?
what is it, Project Hammer?
That heart rate thing that they were making for their proto quality of life.
You mean the vitality sensor or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure. The vitality.
Yeah.
Where I saw, because honestly, I don't know why Nintendo made that when they should have made something like what Microsoft already did with the Xbox Adaptive Controller, because that's more usable for people who want to play games but can't due to severe disabilities. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Or severe injuries that they can't play, with a normal controller. I just hope to hear that from the other two this year, and I'm really hoping that Sony has a good showing, which I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that might not happen, but I like to be proven wrong, and I hope they have a good showing. That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, because that was actually an incredibly good idea, because they just announced it this past week or so, but it definitely looks interesting, and it looks like very customizable to whatever needs you need, essentially. So basically Sony would kind of be remiss not to do something similar, since Xbox is kind of taking the lead, I guess you could say.
And I want to ask you guys too, just quick before we go to the next. When whoever is the largest, like say Microsoft, Xbox, not like Xbox last generation, Sony being this generation with what 70 to 75 million units sold. When people say that, it makes sense for these games coming to the platform has a more worldwide user base, does that make sense or doesn't? Because to me, it doesn't. Because every new game that comes under the sun that has a big install base like that, I see it bigger of a risk of not selling.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see your guys. That's what I was just asking.
Dinner's out, so that's why I'm
okay, so let's go next.
We all of us said our piece because Wheels.
Yeah, so we're.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know it was the last one. Sorry about that.
So, let's plug.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Metal, you're the guest, and since you're on Hero Club, you might as well.
Yeah, and since Chair dropped, so. Yeah, anyways, definitely check out hero-club.com, where we report all sorts of interesting news, including gaming. So, not dedicated to gaming, but, hero stuff in general. Comics, movies, TV shows, Japanese, men in rubber suits kind of stuff, too. Yeah. Anyways, check us out. You can check me out on Twitter at MetalNinja0. I changed it recently for reasons. Yeah. Check me out on YouTube at Metal Ninja Dojo, as well as Metal Ninja Reviews. My co-host, Wheelchair21, you can find him on Twitter at Wheelchair21, as well as on YouTube, Wheelchair21. And check out the Hero Club Twitch at Hero Club for Life, and follow Hero Club on Twitter.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
As you guys know, I stream on my end. Such Jeff. I usually stream on Tuesdays and Saturdays on my end. Look forward to that, and they're both at the same time, PM EST. Like I was telling the guys, I was planning to do my continuation for Splinter Cell, but sadly with problems on my end due to hardware, or it could have been the copy I was using via GOG, I decided I have to cancel that. But good news, starting tomorrow, instead of continuing Splinter Cell, I will be starting a new playthrough for Wolfenstein: A New Order. So look forward to that. And also, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a double header because a couple hours prior to my solo stream, earlier on twitch.tv/TheGeekFighters, I'll be streaming DMC Devil May Cry on the usual time, which is around 5 p.m. EST, right?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Same times we're doing this, just on Saturday.
But to keep updated with me, check the channel feed on my Twitch, as well as Twitter.com for any changes in regard to the schedule or my overall schedule and that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Double R.
Okay. You can find me on Twitch as well. I stream on my end too. I just got finished with The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel back on Wednesday, which I have archived both on my Twitch and my YouTube page. If you haven't caught the finale of that. Be sure to visit either both those pages to get caught up on that. But also, I'm possibly might start a new live stream tonight, and it's not going to be on Earthbound. It's actually going to be on Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions on the 3DS. So I might as well go ahead and try to get on with a 3DS live stream, first time in quite a while, since I did one on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the 3DS. So I thought maybe I had to do one on an RPG, which, granted, I did play the original Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance, and I beat it, but I haven't had enough time to sit down and play through its remake. But I'm going to definitely see how that's going to play out. But if I'm playing that tonight, then I'll let you know. But if not, I'll let you know that as well. You can find me on twitch.tv/RPG Reviews, and you can also find me on youtube.com, where my handle is RPG Reviews from there. I do reviews, retrospectives, side quest videos, the evolution of my 2 cents videos, and I archive my live streams here on Twitch to my YouTube page. And you can also find me on Facebook.com. My Facebook fan page is facebook.com/RPG Reviews, and you can find me on Twitter, where my handle is @RPG Reviews. So go to both those sites for your social media feeds from them. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. Really looking forward to seeing Jeff kick some ass and DMC Devil May Cry tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah.
I plug too.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so first thing I want to plug is my Twitter because I need some help. And right there in my pinned tweet, if you want to help, you can. Twitter.com/FighterKaus, FIGHTERXAOS. Same as my Twitch name, same as my Facebook name for my Facebook fan page, because I finally got around to making everything, with the same name. Except for my Tumblr, but who cares? Who cares about that?
We care about your Tumblr.
I don't even care about my Tumblr. So, and topos.io/series/new courage and mixtape as well. Just go to topos.io and search for New Courage or mixtape. Just seeing those webcomics gives me ad revenue. Very, very little ad revenue, but still money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's it for me. So let's take her home, all right? Because dinner's up.
Okay.
Oh, right, I'm the host. That's cute. You guys know what's going on. I'm Fighter Kaus. That was 16-bit Jeff, and that was Double RPG. We're the Geek Fighters, and our partners at Hero Club are VisibleNinja and Wheelchair21. So we thank you for joining us for stream. Join us next Friday for our Road to E3 Nintendo, and tomorrow for our Devil May Cry played by Jeff. And finally, after that, the week after will be our final Road to E3 with third parties, which I actually have some notes for that, because I'll be hosting that one too. Nima Kanryo.
Peace out.
Ciao.